assignment, you're essentially looking back at all of the strategies we've used in this session or in this semester to think about what you've learned and are still learning before you go into your next first-year composition course. This final essay will be like a final exam for our class. So in a composition class, we really don't have kind of like the same thing like a math course or a science course where you have like really specific facts you have to memorize and kind of show that you know. So for our class, that way of showing what you've learned from the course takes this form of this final course reflection. Just like the reflections that you have written for your writing project 1s, 2, and 3, you're looking back at the things that you did. So some questions that you can ask yourself are, how did I use the question cycle in each of my assignments and course projects? And this could be anything from our discussion posts to the responses that you gave to your classmates, as well as the writing projects themselves. And if you didn't use the question cycle, how will you use it in the future? So while I might be the only teacher who uses this question cycle function, this is something that I have kind of created and put together in my own teaching philosophy. You are going to see similar strategies displayed by your English 101 and English 102 instructors in the future, but it's going to take on very similar forms, this analysis process. But you want to think about how you can use this strategy for any number of different things. So the way that you interact with your customers or clients, the way that you develop reports for your bosses, for your work, for other classes. So you want to think about how you can use this sort of analysis function that the question cycle serves in your future work, and that's whether occupational work or your scholastic work. You can also think about how did you begin learning to use citations in your work. Now this is both the MLA and APA formatting, as well as how did you incorporate summaries, paraphrases, and quotes into your ultimate essay that you wrote for writing project 2 and 3. And then we also want to think about how did learning to summarize, paraphrase, do proper quoting and reflection of sources help you better understand how to use them in your writing. So the big thing is we don't necessarily as teachers want you guys to use direct quotations throughout your paper every time you use a source. We want to see how you understand the source, and that can be the most important thing. Is saying kind of summarizing what a source has said and then saying, okay, here's what I think it means. That is extremely useful. That's exactly what a teacher is looking for, and that shows that you've actually taken the time to understand things. So these are some example questions that you can ask yourself for the final course reflection, but you might also think of some other things that related to the work that you did here. So how did I improve? What did I notice in my own writing? So these are not the only questions you can ask. You can basically reflect on any aspect of the work that you did. So focus on what you did for the course, how you did it, how you did well, and how you want to improve. And that will give you a really solid final course reflection for this session or semester.